secured the economic survival of Ukraine for the year 2025. We are the ones who now invest a lot in Ukrainian defense industry and are providing we are the ones who now invest that Ukraine needs. We were the ones and are the ones who are making sure that the energy system in Ukraine survives. During the winter, we provided 1.8 gigawatt of energy to the energy system, which made it possible to go through the winter. So many examples that show how important the support of Europe is to come to a positive end, which is a peace through strength. This is in everyone's interest.
Thank you. Anna?
Hi, Ana Matos Neves of the Portuguese news agency Lusa. I will start with a question in Portuguese for the President of the European Council. Nas conclusões sobre defesa, os líderes da UE pediram à Comissão Europeia fontes de financiamento adicionais. Portanto, eu gostaria de saber quais é que foram os principais mecanismos mencionados na sala e se eventualmente que países é que falaram ou que admitiram uma nova emissão de dívida conjunta, uma espécie de novo PRR para a defesa como tem vindo a ser defendido por Portugal. And for you, Madam President, I would like to know what was the leaders' reaction to your plan and when do you think
Hi, Ana Matos Neves of the Portuguese news agency Lusa.
I was sure 2.0 for defense can be in place and if you fear that somehow only 19 member states use it as it happens.
For defense can be in place.
And regarding the activation of the national
defense can be in place.
And you also fear that not all the member states do that, and taking into account that these tools are all voluntary, could this jeopardize your plan? Thank you so much.
Bom, o Conselho Europeu acolheu de uma forma bastante entusiástica as propostas da Comissão, que são propostas que, no conjunto, permitem investir mais 800 mil milhões de euros em defesa através de diferentes instrumentos. Muito importante, que é existir um novo fundo de 150 milhões, mas também permitir a flexibilização das regras orçamentais e também a flexibilização da utilização dos fundos europeus. E o Conselho acolheu como muito positivo estas medidas. Estas medidas surgiram em antecipação àquilo que é o livro branco sobre defesa que a Comissão apresentará no próximo mês. Seguramente no livro branco serão consideradas outras alternativas. E aquilo que os Estados-membros pediram à Comissão é que as apresente todas, estudando-as, com os seus prós, os seus contras, e o Conselho depois tomará as devidas decisões. Neste momento não há nenhum tabu, todas as soluções estão em cima da mesa e todas elas serão discutidas e, em função da discussão, tomaremos as decisões que tivermos que tomar.
So there's a huge pressure on all member states to increase their defense spending and to have literally a surge in defense. And therefore the plan, the ReArm plan with the 5 elements was very much welcomed by all leaders. I am absolutely confident that it will be used. You're right, the loan instrument, the new instrument, might be interesting not for all member states. It's interesting for those member states where the Commission's loans have more favorable interest rates than they would be able to achieve at the capital market. This is approximately 20 member states, as we have been calculating. But for them, of course, it is crucial. Then triggering the national escape clause is also crucial for all member states because it gives them the much demanded and asked for fiscal space they did not have so far without being dragged in an excessive deficit procedure. The member states have been asking since quite a while for possibilities to have more flexibility because they see the absolute urgency to invest more in defense, and now this possibility is on its way.
Okay. Rick?
Hi, Rick Rutten, NSA, the Netherlands. Thank you for doing this. You've been able, both of you, to make significant progress this week by finding ways to override vetoes. In the case of the Commission and the Rearm Europe plan, by invoking Article 122. And in the case of the Council today, we've seen the annex for Hungary. I'm curious to know, how happy are you that you've now clearly found effective ways to break the gridlock and move ahead on these topics in a much more speedy way than before?
Well, from my part, I'm very happy. A month ago, we have just a brainstorming, and now we have concrete proposals coming from the European Commission, and we have agreed by unanimity on defense. And on Ukraine, we remain with a strong support from 26 out of 27 member states in the common position. In fact, as you know, Hungary is a different strategic approach on Ukraine. But that means that Hungary is isolated among the 27. And we respect Hungary's position, but it's one out of 27. And 26 are more than one.
Yes, we chose the Article 122 because of the urgency and the speed that is necessary. And I forgot to answer that part of your question. It's more a question of weeks than months to have this proposal agreed upon, because only a council decision is necessary for that. So it's a very speedy procedure. And the treaty foresees exactly an emergency situation like we have it right now, to use then the Article 122. Insofar, I'm, like you, happy about it.
Okay. I'll take one final question, Shona.
Thanks very much. Just on the United States, will it be possible for Europe to give security guarantees to Ukraine without any US backstop? And then just another question on Hungary, given that obviously it decided not to go with the conclusions on Ukraine. Is that what we have to expect going forward, in particular when it comes to the rollover of sanctions and so on? Was that mentioned, or are you concerned that Hungary might veto this in the future? Thank you.
First of all, the best security guarantee are the Ukrainians themselves. Since 24th of February 2022, the Ukrainian army is resisting. A lot of people believed at that time that they cannot resist more than 3 days, then more than 3 weeks. Now they are resisting more than 3 years. And we stand for Ukraine since day one, and we will continue. And we will continue even after the war. First, as member state of the European Union, and also we have decided, are in the conclusions, that we will explore our capabilities in the treaty framework to contribute for security guarantees. Of course, security guarantees for the future of Ukraine are essential for the security of Europe, but also for the international security. Because this war is not only about Ukraine, it's about the respect of international law, is the respect of international rules-based order, is the respect of sovereignty, territorial integrity, safe borders. And these are fundamental values enshrined in the United Nations Charter. That is a global issue, and of course we count with all of the countries in the world to support, to ensure the enforcement of the international law. The results in the last week in the General Assembly show the large support to Ukraine, and that's very clear that the international law must prevail and the war must be defeated.
And I can compliment what you said, Antonio, in regard of the best security guarantee is the Ukrainian army. What we're working on with the new instrument is to enable also our member states through the joint procurement to procure the necessary military capabilities that then can be given to Ukraine. Typical examples are Danish initiative or the Czech initiative. So there are already established procedures to do that. But of course, with the backing now of 150 billion euros, where a certain share should go then as capabilities to Ukraine, this is also a big push forward to maintain the strength of this outstanding army.
Yes, and with the escape clause, they can also increase.
That's true.
Immediately.
On
and
a
in
national
fact,
basis.
several member states have already made their pledge up to 15 billion up of the current the
State of play.
the state.
Okay.
15.
1.5, huh?
1.5.
Yeah. Okay.
The most important, the billion.
Sorry. Just on the second part of the question, just in relation to Hungary and whether this is a start of things to come, that potentially Hungary won't vote in favour of rolling over the next
Well,
sanctions.
since 2022, we have already approved 16 package. The last one 2 weeks ago. This is the fact. Okay.
Good night.
Thank you very much. That's it for tonight.
Hoje não deixam fazer perguntas. A ver, eu até queria responder.
The secret language.